Hello everyone, welcome to Carnivorous Plant Hub. Today I'm going to be showing you a ton of ping content, or Mexican butterworts. I want to show you some of my pinguicula collection here. I wanted to show you the difference between what a ping looks like that's been under lights, this guy here, and what a ping looks like that's been just sitting in a windowsill. You can kind of see the difference in color. I want to show you that. I also want to give you an update on some of my new pings that I received. One of them didn't make it, which I'm really sad about. I'll tell you which one didn't make it. And then I will give you an update on some of my other ones here that have made it and are doing really, really well. So let's go ahead and check it out. All right, let's start with this Pinguicula Sethos here. This is my Pinguicula Sethos. So it has been sitting on a windowsill, and you can see it's actually really, really healthy. And you can see I actually need to probably take this out and repot it and separate it because there's a ton of them in here. But you see it's really, really healthy. It's really green. It's really, really beautiful. It's actually doing really well. It's catching some insects, not as much right now because there aren't as much around, but it's a really healthy plant. It's continuing to put out new growth constantly, so it's doing really, really, really well. But let me show you what it looks like when I took it out of the, so this is a east-facing windowsill, and it doesn't get a ton of sun. It probably gets a little bit of morning sun and then not too much after that. I think if this was in probably like a southern-facing windowsill and it got a little more sun throughout the day, it probably would be doing a little bit better. It probably would have changed color a little more because these do really well in a windowsill. This one here, though, I've had under light. I've had it under a pretty strong grow light, the same lighting that I would give a Venus Flytrap, which is a pretty powerful light, and it's been about 13 hours a night. So this is kind of what it looks like. These are the exact same plant, but this one has been under a grow light. Now this is crazy. You can see the color difference. You can see how these have turned really, really pink, and look how this one has just completely taken off. I actually need to take this one out too because you can see that this pot is just completely overgrown. But one of the biggest differences is look at the flowers on this. I only come out a little bit so you can see. Look at all of the flowers coming out of there. It's really, really putting out a lot of healthy looking flowers, and you can see that it's not done. You can see there's one right there that's coming out. I think there was a couple here. Yeah, there's another one there, another one there. This thing is just putting flowers out like crazy, and I need to take this out and separate it because it's getting really, really bunched up in here. But man, look how beautiful this is when you got all these flowers coming out of this one plant. Say one plant, it's actually technically several little plants, but it just looks like one plant because it's in one pot. I need to probably, I'm not sure if I want to separate these or if I want to just repot this into a bigger planter so that it has a little bit of room to grow. I think that might be what I do. You can really see here, it just seems a lot healthier that it's been under the grow light and has more sun. This one has that really beautiful green color, but it just doesn't seem to be glowing and producing flowers like that one has. Now this one over here, just to kind of show you in between, I put this one under a light probably, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. I moved it from my windowsill under the light just to see how long it would take for it to start to color up, and you can see it's really started to kind of color up. It's starting to produce that beautiful pink color, and it's already starting to produce a flower here. So you can see they seem to be more willing to produce flowers given more light. So I really wish I had a southern facing window because I would probably put these in the southern facing windowsill, but they just haven't been getting quite enough light in my east facing windowsill, so I did move them. And you can kind of see how they're doing. And look at this guy's he's been under a grow light now for probably about 6 months. I just kind of wanted to move it and see how it did, and it completely caught me off guard at how much better it's done with significantly more light. The beautiful pink color that the leaves are changing here. And this, again, this is a ping Sethos. Real quick too, I really wanted to show you guys my new pings that I got the other day, so let's go ahead and take a look at those. But before we do that, please check this out. I'm super pumped about teaming up with California Carnivorous. They're one of the most experienced and knowledgeable carnivorous plant nurseries in the entire world. They have a massive selection year-round of all types of carnivorous plants. There will definitely be something in their nursery you fall in love with. On top of that, they've also been generous enough to offer my viewers an exclusive 10% discount on their order when they enter CP Hub at checkout. That's CP Hub. Head on over and pick out yourself a new carnivorous plant to add to your collection. You know you deserve it. Let's go ahead and get back to the video. Alright, thanks so much for checking that out. Definitely go check out California Carnivore's selection of pings. They have an amazing selection. Use that CP Hub at checkout so that you can get, I actually think that they have some Sethos right now, so I'll link the Sethos. I'm not sure if they have Cyclosectas, but I'll definitely check, which I'm going to show you right now. Cyclosecta, look at this beautiful ping. Look at that. Look at those beautiful green and purple leaves. Let's bring it in here, huh? Let's get a close look at this guy. See if we can get some focus here. Look at that. What a beautiful Pinguicula, or Mexican butterwort. Just an absolutely beautiful plant. I love the way that these are kind of purplish on the tips and they turn kind of green on the inside. This is definitely one of my favorite pings right now, just because these colors are absolutely beautiful. I thought I saw maybe, might even be producing a flower in there. I can't tell for sure. It might just be a new leaf, but man, what an absolutely beautiful. The Cyclosecta is doing really, really well. It's grown quite a bit. This is what it looked like when I first got it. Boxed here. And I had the exposure all messed up so you couldn't see it very good. But look at that. As you can see, it's grown quite a bit. It's changed colors. It looks really, really beautiful. So that is my Cyclosecta. Now I got two of these. These are the Lawiana amerganata. And you can see this one here actually has not grown much. This is about the same size it was when I got it. You can see by its shape, and I'll show you real quick what these look like when I got them. But when I got this one, it really wasn't too much smaller than this. So this one hasn't grown a ton, but it still looks really, really healthy. And you can see it's putting out new growth. When I received these, this one here was actually a little bit smaller than this one. And this one you can see has just went crazy. This one has been 100% in a windowsill. I have not exposed this one to any grow lights, so you can see these Lawiana amerganata do really, really well in a windowsill, and that's only, like I said, it's that same west facing, or I'm sorry, east facing windowsill, so it's not getting significant amounts of light. But man, this one has just absolutely taken off. Check these out. You can see what these look like when I first got them. So you can see just how tiny this one was. So this one has just exploded with growth. I'm not sure what's catching this one here. You can see it got a little bit of mold there. I need to take care of that. But yeah, you can see this one just hasn't taken off like this one has. And I don't know what the difference is, because they've had very, very similar growing conditions, very similar growing substrate. And that's maybe another lesson too, guys, for carnivorous plants. Sometimes, even though they're in the exact same growing conditions, the exact same substrate, they've got the exact same light, the exact same water, sometimes they just don't grow like they're supposed to. Sometimes there's not a big mystery, and sometimes the plant is just a little more temperamental and maybe just doesn't want to grow as fast. So here is a really good example of two plants that came in at the same time. This one was smaller when it came in than this one, and now look at the difference with the exact same growing conditions. So sometimes it's not about growing conditions, sometimes it's just about the plant's temperament itself. Here is my Condoi, and you can see this one is really, really pretty. I decided to put this one under the grow light because it just didn't seem like it was doing really well. And ever since I put it under the grow light, you can see it's really started to get some beautiful pink color. It wasn't really growing much, it really wasn't doing much. You can see it's got another little rose right here, and I put it under the grow light and it seemed to really, really do better. So this one, the Condoi, I'd recommend making sure that you're in a nice, long exposed sun windowsill, or make sure and get it under a nice, strong grow light, because this one has really, really seemed to thrive ever since I put it under the grow light. And it was just this green color before. Check out, this is what it looked like when I first got it. So as you can see, it's really started to kind of color up, and I was really worried that this one wasn't going to make it, but now this one's coloring up and it's looking like it's actually really starting to take off. So I think both of these are going to make it. I'm really, really hopeful. I think this is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful ping, and I'm really, really excited to see this one grow and get big. Last one that I wanted to show you that I'm really, really bummed about is Rest in Peace, my LRSA. This is the one that I was so bummed about. I really wanted this one to do really well, and it didn't. It literally died after like a day. It started to rot really bad underneath, and I let it dry out so that I could hopefully avoid the rot, but the rot had already kind of taken over, and it was over. So I lost my LRSA. I am going to be getting a new one because I think that they're just such a beautiful one. I know I got a lot of comments on this one about it being kind of the coolest one. Everyone was excited to see this one get big, and I'm not going to. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to California Carnivorous and see if I can pick up an LRSA so that I can have that one growing, because I just absolutely love the pings. They're fairly simple to grow. They're really, really beautiful. They change colors based on the amount of light that they get. And they're just really, really interesting. Look at that one. Look at all those flowers. And look at all my, so I've been doing some Sethos propagation. So I wanted to show you this as well. Okay, here are all my Sethos propagations here that I've done. They're starting to get a little out of hand. I'm gonna have to start selling these soon. Look at how beautiful these are. Look at how green they are against that substrate. They just really, really stick out. These ones here have been under a windowsill. These ones have been exclusively under a windowsill. These ones have even started to pinken up a little bit under the windowsill, which is cool. But look at all those. I have to start getting these separated. These are getting pretty big. You see these are probably about an inch. So these are getting really close for me to being able to sell. So I'm really, really excited to start to be able to sell these to you guys. And then I also have these ones over here. These are some of the bigger ones that I separated a little while ago. Not that one, but these ones, some of these are. And then these ones are some more big ones here that I separated. These ones are definitely ready to sell, so I just need to kind of get myself set up so I have the capability to sell to everybody. And then this one here is my most recent one. I added a little more perlite to this one, but you can see that these ones I actually have under a grow light. I'm just kind of experimenting to see which one grows faster, which one does better. And so far these ones under the grow light, you can tell because you can see how much more pink they are. Look at that, there's one that's almost completely pink. And here's one, these are not under the grow light, and you can see these are much more of a greenish color. So that's another really cool thing about these Sethos is that sort of based on how you care for them, you can get almost two completely different plants. And if you want to change it up, throw it under a grow light and get a pink plant, go ahead and do it. Get some more flowers like this guy back here. So all of these propagations that I have here have all came off of leaf pullings from this one, and this one. Those all are leaf pullings from those three plants over a span of about 6 months, and you can see how much that those things have duplicated. So these, and there's a few more kind of around the house. My wife has some in the windowsill. So these Sethos are really, really fun to grow. They're really, really fun and easy to propagate. I have a video all about propagating these Sethos. So maybe check them out, and hopefully I'll have these available for you to sell to you soon. I'm personally not quite there yet, but head on over to California Carnivores. They are ready to sell these to you because I noticed that they do have some Sethos available on the website. Use that CP Hub at checkout, get 10% off, and get yourself some really, really beautiful pink Sethos. Whether you're just putting them in a windowsill like I have over here, or whether you have a grow light to put them under, I don't think you're going to regret it. I think you're going to absolutely love these. And if you ever have any gnats or fruit flies or any problems like that, these are going to take care of that problem. That's you should see these. I had a breakout last year, and I have a video that shows it really well, so you can go check that out. But it was almost completely covered in gnats that otherwise would have been all over the place, all over my room and bugging me, but instead they were all over these Pinguicula Soil. And what happens is they just grow new leaves, and then those leaves go to the bottom, and eventually those leaves just die off, and all those gnats die off with it, and then the new leaves don't have any dead bugs on them. So they kind of grow out of the dead bugs, which is really, really cool. But so yeah, so there's my ever-growing Pinguicula collection. I'm really, really proud of it. I absolutely love these pings, these Mexican butterworts. They're so fun, and they're so cool, and they're such an easy way to sort of get yourself introduced to carnivorous plants. If you've been killing Venus flytraps, something like that, these are a little bit easier and a little more forgiving, especially these Sethos. So if you want a really good starter Pinguicula, go head on over to California Carnivores, and also check my description, because I might be selling these by the time you see this video. So if this is later and you see this, check my description, because I might be selling these to you, and I'd love for you to buy one of these so that I can start selling my Pinguiculas to my Carnivorous Plant Hub community. So thanks again so much for being here. Thank you so much. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. All that stuff helps me out so much. I appreciate it so much. Make sure to head over to California Carnivores, get yourself a beautiful new carnivorous plant. Use CP Hub to get 10% off. And thanks so much to everyone for being here. I really appreciate it, and I really hope to catch you in my next video. Bye.